Today I fucked up by permanently burning myself trying to connect with my recently deceased dad. This was actually a week ago, but the story starts before that. For the last 5 years, I've had an ice cream tub full of sugar in my kitchen. I emptied it into the tub rather than have the bag spill sugar whenever I used it. I don't use sugar a lot, so I've never had to refill it, I just dip into it when I need it. My girlfriend thinks this is weird, and she thought it was weirder still when I packed the box to move with me when we decided to move in together. Don't bring your weird 5-year-old sugar tub, for fuck's sake. It's perfectly fine, said I. Sugar doesn't go off. It does, she said, wrongly. It doesn't, and I'm not going to throw out totally usable sugar. So the sugar tub resides in our baking cupboard now, as a tiny point of pride. I want to see how long it takes for the sugar to run out. Maybe it will outlive me, at which point it will be inherited by my today I fucked up supportive, wrong girlfriend. Oh. Fast forward to this past January. My dad dies suddenly and unexpectedly. He falls off the roof while fixing a skylight, a day before someone was coming to start work on repairing the entire roof, including the skylight. But that was my dad to his core. He didn't know how to stop. He single-handedly ran his business, selling boating equipment and fixing outboard engines, for 47 years, a minimum of 6 days a week, until the day he died. I am not that person. I love stopping. I'm self-employed too, but I put the bare minimum in to survive and spend the rest of the time doing whatever I like. My dad couldn't have lived like that. We were very different people, and that made his passing all the more difficult because now we'd never get any closer. The slightly awkward, stilted conversations I'd had with him in life were now all we had. That was as close as we'd gotten. Fast forward again to last week, early June. We're trying to sell his shop, but it's a tip. Sadly, a couple of weeks before he died he invested around £50,000 in restocking the shop, and so the back shop is full to the ceiling with empty cardboard boxes. And the secondary room, his workshop, is full of tools, spare parts, half-empty paint cans and half-finished engines that haven't been touched in at least a decade, very likely double or triple that. I get to work. Breaking down the cardboard boxes doesn't take as long as I thought, and after lunch I start on the workshop. My dad specialized in seagull engines, which are now collectible, so I'm sorting everything into rubbish piles, and this might be worth something piles. Then, at the back of a jammed drawer, under some oily rags and a grimy toothbrush, I find an ice cream tub. I open it up, and it's half full of sugar. The best before date is from 1998. So he's had this box of sugar since I was 12 years old. Maybe longer. For his coffee, I'm assuming. I call my mum through from the front of the shop. Look, I say, Dad had a box of sugar. Why would he have a box of sugar? Because it's perfectly bloody normal, that's why. I take a photo to send to my girlfriend, hoping my smugness will come across without needing to caption it. Won't it be out of date? No. She doesn't look convinced. I lick my finger and dip it into the sugar. Look, I say, it's fine. I put it in my mouth, and know immediately that it's not sugar. It's bitter, and it's bubbling, and fuck everything, my tongue is burning. I run out of the workshop and take a swig of Coke, swill it around my mouth and spit it into the street. I do that another half-dozen times, but I've already burned my tongue very badly. One of my dad's friends comes from the end of the pier. Everything okay? He asks. Yeah. I just ate what I thought was sugar from an ice cream tub in the back. It wasn't sugar. He laughs. Why would your dad have had? I don't know. He walks in and comes back with the tub. It's caustic soda, he says. For cleaning engines. I now have chemical burns on my tongue. It's been a week, and they haven't healed. I can't eat or drink anything in the least bit hot or acidic. I told my girlfriend, and she didn't even laugh. Apparently having an ice cream tub full of sugar isn't normal. TL, doctor, my girlfriend makes fun of me for having a big tub of old sugar. I find a big tub of old sugar in my late father's workshop, and in a haze of validation taste it. It's a chemical cleaning agent. Oh. Edit, thank you for all the kind words about my writing. I'm cleaning the flat today, so checking back here is a real boost. Dad used to give me shit occasionally for being uncomfortable plugging my work. So, if you like my writing style, and if you want to hear more, I have this piece about the Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain conspiracy theory which I'm really proud of. You'll like it. At least you had the benefit of ignorance. For background, I am a soap maker. Soap is basically just fats and lye, aka caustic soda, mixed together. When I was first starting out, I had a crappy plastic jar that I used to hold my lye water mixture. One day, I noticed that a ton of condensation had pooled up under the jar. Deciding that it was just a little odd that my lye water had started condensating, but not having the common sense to know that that's not how any of this works, I decided to test the little puddle that had formed, just to be sure that it wasn't lye. It was lye. Your tongue will take about 2 weeks to heal up. The blisters on your tongue will shrink up, and your taste buds will go back to almost normal eventually. The embarrassment takes just a little longer to fade away though. That's way worse than what Op did. The absolute first thing taught in chemistry class. Don't taste an unknown powder. Better yet, don't taste an unknown anything. LPT, always store chemicals in their original packaging. Edit, holy fuck this comment blew up. I don't have SoundCloud. Y'all should check out The Expanse. And if for whatever reason you don't, probably don't store it in a food container. It does, she said, wrongly. My favorite part. Maybe it will outlive me, at which point it will be inherited by my beau today I fucked up supportive, wrong girlfriend. My second favorite part. One hell of a toothpaste. Great story dude. Hope it heals well. My sugar lived in an old yogurt container until my girlfriend took pity and bought me a ceramic version, which I use for yogurt now. Today I fucked up by knocking up a girl on the first night, but wait. Title says it all. I met her through Tinder, the condom broke but she said not to worry because she's on the pill. Fast forward a week, where I see her for the second time, and she tells me that she's pregnant. Boring story, I know. Now for the fun part. I saw self-harm scars on her arm, but only on the second night. She insisted on having the lights off on the first night. She then proceeded to tell me that those were from her 2 previous abortions, where she was so tortured about it that she had to do this. And that now she probably couldn't handle a 3rd abortion, and that anyways she actually knows how to kill herself this time. My heart fucking sank, man. She's now coming over and will be here in an hour, so that we could continue talking. We barely slept because we were talking about it and she says she's 70% sure she wants to keep the baby, but that she wouldn't ask any help from me, except seeing the baby once in a while. I can barely believe what I'm typing right now. I bought 2 early pregnancy tests, the expensive kind. I don't know what to do. Too long didn't read. I knocked up a girl on the first night seeing her, the crazy came out on the second night a week later with the news, and she's 70% sure she wants to keep it. Send help. Update, holy shit I dodged the biggest fucking bullet ever, I feel like Bullet Bill just zipped past my cranium. So she got here and just acted all cool, asking about my day and stuff. She then went on to explain how she felt all bloated and preggo and I just couldn't believe the amount of bullshit coming out of her mouth. I cut her off and told her I didn't believe in the timing of things, I had looked it all up before she got here, and said that I needed actual proof. Her being a nurse, she insisted that she had access to blood tests that could detect HCG levels only 4 days after conception, which I knew was bullshit. She was so manipulative. She kept on saying that she's in medical, so she just knows better. And I just kept bringing up the 11 to 14 days period of time after conception needed to take a relevant blood test. In the end I just told her that she was a bad liar and that her manipulation attempts were in vain. So I told her to leave, now. She called a friend to pick her up and then just stared at me, smiled and said that she would wait there, in my living room. And then the show began. She said, among other things, why would I ever lie about being pregnant, I'm 21. You should be ashamed of making me feel like a dirty slut. How could I even be pregnant from another guy? You're the only guy I've been with recently. Oh, by the way, I already have a son. I know how these things work. Gems? Her still being in my living room, I told her to leave or I'd call the cops. She smiled the sassiest smile at me, so I did. After some more back and forth, she eventually went outside on the steps while saying how much of a white guy kind of thing I was doing by calling the cops. She is half Caribbean, half European, but basically black. I closed the door with an intentionally loud sigh. Finn. Anyways, thanks for the support everyone, it truly helped me. Update number 2, album. Update number 3, so I'm staying as far away as possible. Haven't had contact with her since theses texts. Now for timeline clarification, we met for the first time last Tuesday, and again Monday night. She said she wanted to get a hold of me during the weekend to tell me about it, which implies a test on Friday, not even 72 hours after conception. She then changed her story saying she got the test on Sunday to try to make it more believable time-wise, I guess. She insisted that she's pregnant and that it's mine. So she basically announced all of that to me 6 days after we first met. When I asked for her to take the test for me, she flat out refused, citing disrespect on my part. Oh, and the last kicker. Right before leaving she said that's why I shouldn't have told you, all guys react the same. Now please refer to me as Neo. Congratulations /you/diddle-o-dar. This post has been voted by our community Discord as the fuck up of the week. DNA doesn't lie. Thumbs up. Molecular biology is such a bow today, I fucked up the thing. Thumbs up. Either she's not pregnant or it's not yours. Also, you really need to feel out the crazy level better next time. Before bone? Basically don't ever take a girl's word for it about being on the pill if it's just casual sex. That was incredibly dumb of me, I know. If it's only been a week and she's magically pregnant, she's not pregnant with your kid. Deleted. I don't even know, but I think I can feel the relief through the phone these comments must be giving you. Bro, even I'm relieved and I don't know this guy or have anything to do with this. Today I fucked up by letting a guy use my bathroom during our garage sale. Happened over the summer. So, we're in the process of moving and I figure now is a good time to unload most of the stuff my wife and I have collected over the years, which is a lot considering we have children. Last weekend we had a pseudo estate sale in which was staged in half of the house, driveway, and garage. Considering it was about 1000 degrees outside, I took the garage while my wife manned the inside post. Midway through the day, an elderly gentleman asked if he could use my bathroom. He explained he just took medicine and didn't think he'd be able to make it home. Now, my wife and I had serious rules about this. Our answer was supposed to be no bathroom for customers. However, I had to make a snap judgment call and this guy looked very well put together. I also thought that he just took a water pill that lots of old folks are on and he just needed to take a quick squirt and we'd all be fat, dumb, and happy. But I'm not a complete idiot. I told him he'd better check with the boss upstairs because of the aforementioned agreement. He chuckled and understood and away he went. 10 minutes or so later, I see him leaving. I figured all is well. A few minutes after that, my wife comes down to the driveway glaring at me. I assumed it was because I shirked the responsibility of telling this old guy no bathroom and made her look like the bad guy if she said no. I couldn't be more wrong. Apparently this guy had a colostomy bag and it was chock full of shit. He tried to change it out in our bathroom and spilled the entire contents all over the floor and made no attempt to clean it up. He simply walked out of the bathroom and told my wife our dog must have had an accident. He blamed my dog. Instead of stealing shit, he left shit. Will you take $5 for this lamp? Sorry sir, it's marked $20, I can take 15. Can I use your bathroom? This morning my dog was barking at the neighbor's dog and poop fell out of her butt mid-bark. As an ostomate, I don't understand how another ostomate lets this happen. Am surgeon. When I found out Ostomates is a dating website, I busted a gut.